Hi, my name is John Cardell from freeseoinformationblog.com, a website dedicated with free tips on how to search engine optimize your website, information on different software, reviews, and anything that my users would love to add. Plus, I do simple installation for free of certain software. Just fill out my contact form or submit me a ticket. You'll find the link on the website, freeseoinformationblog.com, and I'll be happy to install it for you. I'm going to offer free services until the end of the year. It's just my Christmas present to everybody. Alright, now a lot of questions I get dozens of emails and forums every week on how to hook up, to create a database using Cpanel, because that's what 90% of the users use. I will explain how to do it in Plesk in a later video, but for now this is Cpanel only. And if they want to install software like, let's say, WordPress, let's say they want to create a blog, how do I hook it up to the database? Well, I'm going to show you. It's very simple. First, you must log into Cpanel. So if your hosting provider gave you Cpanel, it is very easy to log into, or if you have a VPS server. All you have to do is to log into Cpanel is type in your username, your URL.com/Cpanel. So my URL is freeseoinformationblog.com, freeseoinformationblog.com/Cpanel. That's it. And then you type in your username. It's the same username and password they give you when you register your site and what you put in your FTP browser, FTP software to upload your file to the internet, like FileZilla, SmartFTP, CuteFTP, WinSCP, anything else. The username is just their main username. Mine is free SEOI. Free SEOI. And the password, I will just put in the password. You guys cannot know this, of course. And now I log into Cpanel. Now, as you can see here, to create a database, all the icons are very simple. You go down to MySQL databases. If you like to create blogs, I host sites for $2 a month, which is also you can find on my freeseoinformationblog.com website. And it makes one-click installation and a lot of things much easier than under other servers, because I run my PHP as a CGI script. I know that sounds complicated. You don't have to worry about that. So let's say we just get on and start creating the database. So you go down to databases, and here it says MySQL databases. I'll click on that, and right away you get greeted with this right here: create new database. So for the sake of this, I'm going to name it testing. I'm going to create the database. Oh, look at how easy that was. It took about 2 seconds to do it. There it is, freeseoi_testing. As you can see, every time they give you the name of a database, if you name it testing, the name will be your login username _ and then the name of the database you created. And now I must assign a username to the database. So I'm going to create a username. Also, I'm going to call it testing. And as you can see, my phone's ringing right now, but I'm going to ignore this for this video. Okay, now here under username, to add a new user, it says username, password, and password again. So all you have to do is assign yourself a password that you can remember. Because if you generate a password, it is a very complicated 12-symbol password and it's very hard to remember. So you're going to easily forget it. You better save it. But I made a simple one right here. Testing is the name of the username. I gave it a simple password. I'm going to create the user. Okay, as you can see, I added the user testing with the password testing. Now I'm going to delete this database, so I don't care if anybody out there knows my password, but make sure nobody else gets a hold of this. This is very important. So now I go back. Now I want to assign the database a user. You have to give the database a user. So under here it says add user to database. Very simple. Now remember the user I created, testing? I click on that and I'm going to add it to the database, testing. All I have to do is click add. And they're going to be greeted with this window, and here it has, you want to always give it all privileges. Everything gets checked automatically, or you can just manually check them all. Now you hit make changes. Well, look at that. Now I added free SEO testing to the database, free SEO testing. So now we're going to go and proceed in installing WordPress. So I type in my URL again and the directory where I uploaded WordPress. So it's freeseoinformationblog.com/testing. And now I get greeted. It says there doesn't seem to be a wp-config.php file. Well, on my hosting plan, the way I have it set it up, I don't have to worry about that. I can let WordPress do it for me. Create a configuration file. Look at that, it's all done. Give me a database, username, password, host, and table prefix. As you can see, it says welcome to WordPress. Before getting started, we need some information on the database. Any other software you will use will ask for the first 4 questions almost 100% of the time, and some want a table prefix, which is optional. They want the database name, the database username, the database password, and the database host. So let's go. Okay, the database name, you're going to replace all these. What did I tell you it was? Under database name, it's free SEO I_testing. So I'm going to copy this and I'm going to paste it under database. And then under username, I'm going to copy the username. Remember, I also gave it the exact same name, free SEO information _testing. I want to copy it and I want to paste that under username. Now remember, I gave the password testing. Well, you give it the password of whatever you want. Oh, and here under database host, it'll always be localhost. Here WordPress puts it in for you. Other software leaves it blank and you go database host. What the heck is a database host, you're going to ask yourself? I don't know. It's always localhost on Cpanel. Always. You don't have to worry about it. You just type it in. One word, localhost. And then you hit submit. Oh, look at it, it's all set up. It communicated with the database just fine. Run the install. You know what? It's installed. Welcome to the famous 5-minute WordPress installation. You may want to browse the README documentation at your leisure. Otherwise, just fill in the information below and you'll be on your way using the most extendable and powerful personal publishing platform in the world. This is the main software I use now to build all my websites because it is excellent, and it's my free SEOinformationblog.com. Website gets better. I want to give you all these tips on how to install WordPress. But my blog test title right here will be testing. My email address will be test@testing.com because this is all just testing. And now I want to search install WordPress. Now here with the check mark it says allow my blog to appear in search engines like Google and Technorati. Always say yes if you're publishing something you're selling, something you want to talk about like pets. I recommend, of course, letting the search engines, search it. Well, it was installed. That's how easy it is to install your software when you connect it correctly to the database. My name is John Cardell, again from freeseoinformationblog.com. Feel free to visit my website at any time. It's one word, freeseoinformationblog.com. Thanks again, and hope this makes it easy for you.